All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, fellow Pandemonium travelers, this is Seattle Pandemonium Shutdown day 312 by my count. Yesterday was 311, that would make today 312 if my math serves, which of course it does. So what's going down? What's going on? We've got ongoing pandemic insanity, of course. Ongoing federal insanity, Congress, National Guard. We had giant windstorms over the last day or two up here and power out to hundreds of thousands. Not me. Sorry, losers. I mean, are you even trying? Anyways, I guess I wanted to talk about framing. Not framing as in houses, like you build, you get your trusses and you frame in your walls and you got your concrete foundation and you frame a house. And I don't mean framing like planting some evidence on somebody so that they get charged with a crime. No, and I don't mean framing as in, for paintings and photographs and such. Custom frames, right? Good racket if you can get into it. No, I'm talking about conceptual framing. Wow, look at Mount Rainier today. Yeah, buddy. You can't see it. And if I point it at the camera, it will just be underwhelming. You don't understand. That's a substantial mountain right there. Anyways, framing. So we've got some intentionally distortionary. Is that a word? Distortionable? Framing that distorts that which has occurred. Now, I for one am not a pacifist, but I don't promote violence. You should use every avenue possible aside from violence. But what we experienced, back on the 6th, that's already, is it already a week ago now? Is it? What date is this? I don't even remember. Anyways, the assault on the Capitol, the sedition of Donald Trump, the treason, big words, insurrection, big scary words. Ooh, that was a little Alex Jones there for a second. Calm down. This is nonsense. So this idea that I literally saw a post on the Twitter machine about how Trump supporters, okay, follow me on this. I can try to dig through and find the post again and post it with this video if you really need me to. That they were bringing assault poles to Washington, D.C. Like they had the flag poles with your Trump flag and your American flag and your Gadsden flag. And there was allegedly a video of a guy posting the flag poles and saying that they were assault poles, like that they were for hitting people with. Now, people want to say that's like proof they had weapons. This was organized. And it's like, I'm sorry, what cartoon universe do you live in? So these people, there was like 100,000 people there or something. Let's say 50,000 people. And then 500 actually attack the Capitol building. And then 100 actually get into the building and they take selfies and stuff. Now, I'm not trying to downplay the fact that that woman died and that the officer died and that people were hurt and stuff. Yeah, people were breaking things and it's idiotic. Okay. But insurrection? It's like people have a lack of imagination. Have you ever watched Red Dawn? You want to see what insurrection looks like? Have you seen Afghanistan and Iraq over the last 20 years? Insurgency. Have you seen Vietnam? Have you seen a single Vietnam movie? Have you seen a single Vietnam documentary? an insurgency, insurrection, treason, sedition. Oh my God. Trump was still speaking while these lunatics were like attacking the Capitol building. Now, that doesn't mean that he doesn't own some responsibility for them being there. Of course, they came to the event. Okay, fine. Then that means anytime anybody calls for any kind of mass gathering and anything terrible happens there, then it's their fault. In some sense, this is true. There's all kinds of liability insurance and stuff for all these kinds of events and things. Anyways, the point is, if people were going to show up to usurp the Congress of the United States, and people are saying this stupid stuff like kill Mike Pence and all this crap. If they wanted to do that, they would have showed up with more than flagpoles. Oh, scary flagpoles. You have any idea how many guns there are in the hands of like right-wing groups and white-wing like identitarians of various kinds? If this was really like that big of a deal, you know what you would have had? You would have had armed leftists and armed right-wingers showing up and shooting each other for control over the government. I don't condone any of that kind of behavior. That's not good behavior. But that's the reality of what treason and, insurrection and blah, blah, blah. This is, see again, framing. This is childish cartoon garbage by I don't know who. I don't know who constructs this crap. But they construct it, and it's like, then people clutch their pearls about something that's not even true. Oh, we need to impeach Trump now. Why? Because he said things and then people did things. Okay, so what about, again, this isn't whataboutism. It's what about Maxine Waters saying you need to go confront members of the Trump administration when you see them in public. What does that mean? Like, is she responsible for, what was that guy, Hodgkins? Is that his name? Hodgkins. The guy that shot up the baseball game. Was like a leftist Bernie bro who decided that he was going to take matters into his own hands. Now and go shoot up a bunch of like Republican, congressmen. Who bears responsibility for whatever rhetoric radicalized that guy? Okay? So if we're going to play this game, which I would rather not do, then let's play this game. But the lying and, again, the framing... Are you jogging in like a... She is. I think she's jogging in like a parka. Oh, sweetie. What are you doing? You jog and then you get warm. Wow, I had a little Christopher Walken there. You see you jog and then you get warm and then you don't need a jacket. I hid this watch. Anyways, that's my Christopher Walken. No, framing. All this framing constantly reframing, shifting frame, attributing things to people that weren't actually done or said, and blowing out actual, the actual responsibility for things. There were direct, event organizers and security and logistics and stuff associated with that big demonstration the other day, right? Hold those people accountable for people who got trampled and crushed to death and fell and hurt themselves, or I don't know, there were multiple deaths, but only 2 were related to direct violence against people. And even the officer dying, I'm not quite sure about that. I'm seeing that he died the next day in a sort of unrelated, he was fine and then he died. He dropped dead. So maybe he got a concussion from getting hit with a fire extinguisher or something? I don't know. I'm not trying to downplay responsibility for anything. I'm saying if that is the case, then the framing of this is all these deaths are on Trump's hands. Well, no, someone got dehydrated and had a, cardiac arrest, and they had other comorbidities. The officer shot that woman for reasons that are not quite understood, and I hope we get some resolution to that, because there were there were other officers on the other side of the door with the protesters, and they were armed. And so, the idea that they were in danger from this one woman climbing through a window and that she needed to be shot is a bizarre that again, bizarre framing that like, oh no, she was single-handedly going to go in there and what, kill Pence and overthrow our government? Come on, get real. Now, there's a whole bunch of blame to go around again for all of this stuff, but I'm just saying, don't let the media frame these things so that you're frightened. Because that's what it does. That's what it is, right? It's be frightened. There's these scary right-wingers that want to overthrow the government. Oh, except for all the tens of thousands of other people who went to the event, listened to Trump talk, and then went home and nothing happened. They are like, yeah, well, you know, bah humbug. We don't trust the outcome of the election. By the way, I don't trust the outcome of the election. And I'm increasingly thinking no one should trust the outcome of our elections. I think that it's all sus, as the kids say these days. Are they still saying that? Isn't that some amongst us thing? Sus? Are you sus, bruh? Everyone's wearing masks these days. Everyone's sus. Anyways, don't let the media manipulate you into thinking that like that things are worse than they really are. It's like, it's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen it quite this crazy. But at the same time, this is the media constantly framing things. Like, you can go left wing, right wing, I don't care. Framing things as, well, the other side's doing this, so therefore, you know, they're evil and it's all terrible and blah, blah, blah. I grow weary of all of this nonsense, and it's, we're gonna see how I do. I'm gonna be peacing out to the free zone for a few days, and we'll see how I can handle possibly disconnecting. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, no, the endless framing of anything Trump related as evil, treasonous, unacceptable, my democratic norms, my institutions. You mean our institutions that brought us the Afghanistan war, the Iraq war, and by extension, Donald Trump? Yeah, my democratic institutions that have failed for, I don't know, maybe ever? I don't know. I'm not ready to pack it in and say that democracy can't or doesn't work or can't work or America can't work. I'm not there yet, but I get what people are saying. We're in a lot of trouble. And we got to sort out, again, I think I've said this before, I think I'm stealing it from Apollo 13. We've got like 1,000,001 problems. We're on like problem number 500. And we basically have to nail every single problem in order as soon as possible, or this could all go down and become a nightmarish thing, a thing more nightmarish than it already is. Think about that. How about that? I'm resurrecting some old memes in this program. All right. That's enough from me for is this Thursday? Oh, God. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.